Skiba News Nation, Skiba News Nation. You gotta check out Skiba News Nation. Got Jeremiah Skiba and his friend Jake Grant at Opal's Corner with his thoughts and his rants. Skiba News Nation, Skiba News Nation. Come on and check out Skiba News Nation. Conspiracies and UFOs and things that fly around and don't nobody know. Hidden history and Bible prophecy. You can hear it all on Skiba News TV. Skiba News Nation, Skiba News Nation. You gotta check out Skiba News Nation. History's mysteries.
Hello, 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 Skiba News Nation family. Can you hear me? I can hear you. How's it going, Jake?
Hey, going pretty well. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Skiba News Nation live stream.
Yeah, welcome. So what's been going on with you, Jake? How's your week been so far?
Oh, it has been pretty sweet. Check this out. Today, we went to the Strawberry Festival.
Nice.
And yes, all of those people are my immediate family. Yes, we're starting a small clan. It's growing every day.
A Ku Klux?
Technically, yeah. No, not that kind. We are not affiliated, but we do like strawberries.
That's good. Yeah, who doesn't like strawberries? I feel like if you don't like strawberries, you're gay. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I'm so glad strawberries exist. It's like one of those fruits that they grow large enough that you can really take a huge bite into them. Compared to berries, of course, which are very small, and you have to kind of be more along the lines of like a slow, gradual, interest in eating those versus, taking a huge bite out of a giant strawberry. It's just one of the best kind of berries.
Right. It's very good. One would say it's very, very good. Correct?
Correct.
Anyways, let me show you a little bit about how my week was. Me and Lindsay went to something really cool. We got to see one of the most famous dresses of all time, which is interesting, but it has some JFK lore. So check this out.
Our big wait.
So this is our local Ripley's, believe it or not.
We'll be going in there shortly, but first, Lindsay has already made her way towards the tires.
Now this just happened on a whim. We were doing other things. We were doing something else. And it just happened. We knew that the dress was there, and I was like, I have my hand did. Where they put it in wax.
Believe it or not.
And I had to add that. That was Opa. I had him record that.
So you had your hand dipped in wax.
Yeah, it's not well, 3 times actually. The first time I put it in, I had to do it without my ring. So I did it with my right hand, and I didn't want to do any poses so people couldn't say I'm Illuminati and like 666. So I didn't do anything with my hand, but I did notice that my pinky on my right hand sticks out like my thumb does. Like it sticks out. It's weird. But the first time, I think it was a new girl, but she did it and it was dry, but it just didn't work. And the second time she did it, she was kind of getting upset. Third time, she had her friend do it, and the friend seemed to get it right. Oh, my beautiful wife brought it to me. My beautiful hand, ladies and gentlemen. Can you give me a hand for this hand?
Oh my goodness. So were you able to choose the color? Did you just want red, or are they all red?
I picked red. And I picked I didn't pick what color this was, but I thought it'd be cool so people could shake my hand at TruthorCon. I was wanting to know what it was like shaking my own hand. Howdy, partner. and it's very awkward to shake my own hand.
Well,
You know?
here's the only way it's going to work is if we take your rings and we put them on that hand. We got to swap your ring, put as many rings on that hand, all ready to go.
They just have to be a little bit bigger. They'd have to be probably maybe 3 sizes bigger. So apparently these 3 fingers stick together. I don't know why. It's kind of like this, like Spock, but my pinky sticks out.
With the pinky.
Because I have a
Oh no,
this knuckle right here. I broke this knuckle, so you can kind of tell in the hand. But if I was a wax figure, we also went to a wax museum, in the same Ripley's, and yeah, dude, it's gonna be really cool. On Wednesday we have a just me and Lindsay episode of us unboxing some of the vendors that are going to be at TrutherCon. They sent us a bunch of unboxing boxes, and then she made up a game called Conspiracies, What's More Likely, and she wanted to like get my opinion of what conspiracy is more likely, like ones that you don't hear about every day. The first time I ever heard of Gerald the Dolphin, but we'll get into that when it premieres Wednesday. And then I think we end it because we went to the grand opening for the Plano Cryptid Museum. That was super fun, and we had to add some of that in there. And we met a friend named Lyle Byrne. I don't know why I can't remember his name right now. He has a mustache. He's been on History Channel. He's like a cool dude. Anyways, yeah, we're looking for a good cryptid person for TrutherCon. So if you know any, leave them in the chat. So we've had some weird stuff going on recently, Jake. You noticed that?
Oh yeah, totally.
So I've always heard of this kind of alien, and it's been the tall white. Have you ever heard of the Nordic tall white?
Oh, the Asgardians.
Nordic aliens. Who are they?
I put a little
The tall
in
whites,
there.
sometimes called Nordic aliens or space brothers, are a type of alien described in UFO
Look at what they're
stories.
wearing.
People who claim to have seen them say they look very human, but taller, thinner, and more beautiful than the average person. Some UFO researchers believe they come from the Pleiades star cluster and call them Pleiadians. Others claim they are connected to an ancient alien race called the Lyrans. These stories come from UFO reports, contactee accounts, and folklore. What do they look like? Witness descriptions usually say they have height, 6 to 8+ feet tall, hair, long blonde or white hair, eyes, blue eyes, skin, very pale white skin, body, thin and athletic build. Some reports describe their skin as having a slight blue-gray or purple tint. Many people compare them to the elves found in fantasy stories. How long do they live? According to some UFO claims, they can live up to 800 years. They age very slowly for hundreds of years. Around 400 years old, their aging speeds up in personality and behavior. People who claim contact with tall whites often describe them as calm, intelligent, friendly, telepathic, communicating through thoughts. Some reports say they have a sense of humor, can become angry or impatient, focus intensely on one task at a time. The Pleiadian connection. Many UFO stories connect Nordic aliens to the Pleiades, a famous star cluster visible in the night sky. Image believers often call these beings
believe in that kind of thing
and describe them as peaceful visitors who want to help humanity. UFO researcher named George Adamski in the 1950s
figured
claimed
it all
he
out.
met human-looking aliens who came from space and communicated with
You can hear me taking a screenshot
His
of
stories became very influential in UFO culture and helped create the modern image of Nordic aliens. In simple terms, the tall whites or Nordic aliens are human-looking aliens from UFO stories, usually described as tall, blonde, blue-eyed, and peaceful, often connected to the Pleiades star cluster.
Okay, look at these guys.
Said to communicate telepathically.
I don't know if you guys caught this on X. These two guys were seen at the White House with President Trump. There are several photos of it, and all the GPT and all the AI things that you can combat it and like say you can see if it's real or not, said that the real photo was real. The White House put it up and then they deleted it, but they haven't just been seen with Trump. Check this out.
Popular in UFO and contactee literature since the 1950s.
That's Ching Chong Ping. I can't say his first name very well, so I call him Ching Chong. And then he's also a picture with Putin, and I can't find that picture. It was somewhere, and I should have taken a screenshot of it. But
They remain one of the most famous alien types in UFO mythology.
so, what do you think? Do you think it's real? At first, I thought it was AI. I was like, "There's no freaking way. There's no freaking way." Like, they have to be like Norwegian or like they have to be Swiss or something. I looked it up, couldn't find anything.
Now, I think it's very interesting because you texted me earlier and you were like, "Look, I called dibs on the two blonde guys that showed up at the White House." And I was like, "Okay, Jeremiah can take that story." But I wanted to, make sure to bring up the other visitors that were recorded. We have, of course, Bigfoot and
How dare you?
Elvis they were there as well. And what do we have here? When you put the glasses on, no. I think what's interesting is
No, Elvis is Trump. Don't you understand, Jake? They say Elvis is Trump. So that's not a real photo, obviously.
Well, either way, we know that the Norwegian royalty came and visited or whatever, and it's just, to me, it's interesting with all the alien disclosure stuff, how they're really trumping stuff like this up, and I'm not surprised, but because they do, the Norwegians do look like that breed of alien, and in my news segment, I'm going to get into how the mainstream media is now having to baby guide boomers through the different varieties of aliens because they've not done their homework, right? So they're like putting on mainstream media, alien gray looks like this, an alien that's an insectoid looks like this, an Asgardian blonde looks like a white male, right? So it's just ridiculous, man.
Yeah, and then these recent UFO disclosures are so freaking crazy, dude. Like some of the footage is pretty crazy, and I thought maybe if you guys wanted to, we could do it live. But do you want me to play the second clip on what these talking heads are saying
about these alien figures?
Well, not about them. But one weird thing is, so Opa's been to Norway, I believe. And he said that the people are very blonde and they're very white, okay, because they don't get a lot of sun. But these people looked blue. In the original photos that I was swiping through on X the other day, they almost looked like you could see through them. Like it was weird. And so I don't know where these people come from. I looked them up. I could not find them. So prove me wrong. I would love for somebody to prove me wrong. And ouch. We all know Brigitte Macron is somewhere in there,
Yeah. Yeah, I think them showing up around these big events that are all happening, like tonight is the big UFC fight on the White House lawn, and it's just amazing how they've really had a whole bunch of different big 250th anniversary celebrations that seem very symbolic, very meaningful. So I'm not surprised that these dignitaries, whoever they are showing up. And not only that, but I remember having Norwegian friends growing up, and they were obviously very blonde and tall like that. So it's not too surprising, but we're going to get into it when we get in. But what else do you have, Jeremiah?
I just had this talking head I thought was pretty interesting, unless you wanted to play your first clip.
Oh, no. Go ahead. We'll get into some of the Disclosure Day stuff next.
Okay.
My name is Alexandra Goldberg. It is great to be with you tonight. Now on Live Now, we are talking about UFO sightings unclassified. The Trump administration is releasing records related to UAPs, UFOs, and alleged extraterrestrial phenomena. These videos you're seeing went public today, sightings of colorful UFO-like orbs floating through the sky, and we're diving into what you're seeing on your screen, trying to explain the unexplained. Let's welcome in Axios reporter Alex Eisenstadt, who's been digging into the documents.
I don't really trust this guy.
Like the one you just showed, it indicates that the federal government has been putting a lot of its intelligence resources, or substantial amount of its intelligence resources, into investigating, say, our instances of UFOs.
Look at that. Did you see that?
And in a lot of cases, in many cases, what citizens say are instances of UFOs. And in a lot of cases, in many cases, the government has actually agreed that these are non-human vehicles or orbs that are flying through the sky.
Maybe the releasing of records of this nature this year shows that the government is documenting UAP sightings. Is this something that we've known, or is this new news?
No, it's new news
in the sense that
nobody's ever talked about it.
Sure. So a couple things.
I'm just gonna remove it because it just makes me mad because, it's like L.A. Marzulli and all these people have been talking about this stuff for years, and they've always been discredited. And it's like the mainstream media is freaking retarded, dude.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, like, retarded. Like, God, it just makes me irritated. Even like with this Carmelo thing, it's just so insane.
Yeah, you can tell where somebody's at with what they're focusing on. And I actually, in my news segment, have a let's check in with the mainstream media portion where we see like what they're talking about right now is like brutal, traumatizing, situational stories and, doom and gloom, plague topics. It's just the same hamster wheel. And, you can see it a mile off, but.
Yeah, well, I do. So for one of my last clips, I just want to shout out the Patreons real quick. You guys help us do what we do, and we love you very much. So thank you to all you guys and all the people that, let us do the truth train and stuff. We appreciate you. And yeah, thank you very much. And then do you want to see some of the new, do you want me to save the Truth or Con ad for the end, or you want me to play it now?
Let's play it now. Why not?
Alrighty. Check out this. It's brand new. If you're not there, you're square, man.
It'll be fun. This is going to be a blast.
Daydreamers in the house. What up, DJ?
Hey, all right.
I didn't miss it. And maybe one more. We'll
and
see.
A special comedy night with the headliner, Sam Tripoli. You are not alone. November 7th and November 8th. Get your tickets at truthercon.com.
I'm glad you like the music because I made it myself with the help of my friend Suno Music AI. But I was like, make me an upbeat, like, like a badass, like old school rock ad music, and it put that out there. So
nice.
Go ahead, take it over, Jake.
Hey, okay, so I love that. We're gonna have TruthCon this year again, and last year was super epic. And all the people that are coming together for this event, I think it's going to be one of the most interesting, unique blends I've probably ever been to. So definitely want to see you guys there this year. And yeah, let's get into some cool stuff. Oh, by the way, Jeremiah, there is now a 1 trillionaire, in the world. A 1 trillionaire. He's a 1 trillionaire. Elon Musk.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. Of course, it's all on paper, stock, wealth, and whatnot. And so who cares? But anyways, that's the headline that'll draw in people wanting to hear you talk about Elon Musk. But, I think when you consider the amount of wealth that he's using to further his companies and the resources he has to put behind the different projects he has. He's definitely somebody who's influencing the world. So very interesting. Congratulations.
Yeah. We are the world.
All right. Let's get into, last week we played the Disclosure Day trailer because it was dropping like that day. And of course, we have Steven Spielberg, who was explaining how Christianity is going to give up on their beliefs. And then lo and behold, in the film, there's this imagery of a woman being like possessed and ripping her crucifix off and this whole thing. So anyways, let's play this breakdown of a really interesting scholar that I've been following. He's got some interesting perspectives, but he points out how they specifically are using this movie as the end all be all kind of bastion of boomer beliefs. And they're packaging it all into the film Disclosure Day. And the fact that they're releasing it at the same time as all these other big hyped up events and agendas and just real disclosure, it's got to be meaningful in its own special way. Here we go. Disclosure Day,
folks. And it's almost hair-raising to think that in the post-Epstein world, they could show us a movie in which children are kidnapped by people pretending to be something else, by strangers, by aliens pretending to be something else, that they are initiated, in parenthesis, into something which is traumatic to them in a way that they suppress the memory until they're adults, and that ultimately this is to the service of these aliens. That is so that now they can become the spokespeople. And
okay, so just a quick pause. By the way, very interesting perspectives that he's bringing out. He got invited to like a special pre-release screening thing, which is, cool. But his opinion that he's sharing here is significant because we've had all the Epstein file, stuff dumped on mankind's, general mindset. So we're all thinking about these predators, and what greater cover up for pedos than to put the blame on the aliens. Jeremiah, this has been what it's all about. It was the Greys the whole time. They're trying to be like, oh yeah, it's not politicians. It's the insectoids. They're really creepy.
Well, I did get to yell at one of those billionaires, pedos, at the House of Wax that we visited too. Got to yell in his ear. And I think that would be a cool business, just have wax people that people may not like and just have them scream at them and then they can go on their day.
Yeah. All right. Continuing on.
Help the world see, that the aliens are the saviors. And of course I am in some ways seeing this through the lens. The movie doesn't present it through that lens. The movie presents it as all good. This is all good. But that is everything that I've said is part of the movie. Everything that I've said is directly in the story. What's strange about the movie as well is that it goes out of its way to use conspiracy theory type images. All of the type of symbolism that the most like.
By the way, the reason they do that is because they're energetically charging it. They want people like us, conspiracy talk show hosts, personalities, to read into it and to, publicize for them. That's why they put that in there. But also because there is, so-called, messaging that they're trying to insert here.
Wild conspiracy theorists uses to recognize supposedly the movie from the secret societies, from the Illuminati, from the secret esoteric societies that are controlling society. That goes out of its way to use that symbolism. The one eye that keeps getting framed. They use it in all their advertisement, and it's several times in the movie they portray it. The butterfly. There's a woman, the basic extraterrestrial vessel woman. She wears this pendant of half the wing of a butterfly, and she's constantly being shown with her pendant, and they focus on her pendant. And of course, you have to remember that the Christian woman rips her pendant off, you know? And so this weird, and they're both kind of similar gold pendants. She rips her pendant off, you know, and doubts her faith and all of that. It's all very strange. And so, you know, the message is clear, folks. You know, the alien, the stranger is.
Yeah, I have seen these comments, Jeremiah. I think the blonde, beautiful ambassadors that showed up at the White House, they do look very uncannily similar to the Twilight Volturi. You know, those Twilight leaders of the vampires. And lo and behold, you know.
I never saw Twilight, but I believe you. My wife, I mean, she's the one that commented that. She loves Twilight.
Yeah, when I was in high school was when Twilight was coming out. So it was like every high school boy was competing with these massive chapter books for the attention of the girls in our high school, right? You know, it was just one of those things that came and went, the vampire fad. But, you know, I did a documentary on vampires called Vampires: Lives of the Immortal back in 2018, and covered the origin of vampires. And oh man, they go back to the Indus River death cults and the worship of fallen beings, you know, fallen angels offering blood. But anyways, let's finish this clip up and we'll move on to our next segment.
Is the good guy. Not only the good guy, the savior is better than us. And empathy is the only virtue. Openness, empathy is the only virtue. This is, of course, the World War II, post-World War II narrative. But in this version, the desperation at which they hammer at the propaganda is so strong that my sense, at least I hope, that in some ways people will be able to see through it and see it for what it is.
All right, so that's the Disclosure Day analysis. A lot of people are saying it wasn't that great of a film. It kind of jam-packed a lot of the same themes we've seen throughout the past 25 years of Spielberg-esque media.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not about the Holocaust, you know, because he seems to be doing that a lot. So I'm sure we'll have some kind of, you know,
Hey, one thing that stood out in the film was the girl, when she was a child, was abducted by the aliens appearing as like Disney-like woodland critters, you know, calling her into the darkness. And she shows up at a Hansel and Gretel gingerbread house type situation. And that's how they trick her to come with them, is they appear as these friendly creatures. And I don't know, is there any kind of real world lesson from this? Probably. You know, just the concept of how the demons appear as these beautiful fluffy creatures.
They're demons.
Interdimensional demons. I thought that was a pretty good impression of Alex.
That's not bad.
All right, guys. So, of course, tonight we said there was a big event happening in Washington, D.C., all lining up with the 250th anniversary of the country. And lo and behold, very famous music pop star Oliver Tree has died in a terrible helicopter collision. And it seems to me like it's just, you know, he was 32 years old, mind you, and it happened on this day, which is the same day that they're having this event. He also had just gone independent. Now we're gonna show this first clip covering the actual tragedy, and then a conspiracy part 2.
Nice.
Life doesn't go on and on and on and on anymore, man. Oh man, that's tragic, man. He was a very artistic guy.
Yep. I don't know who he is, but I believe you. Nobody should die in a helicopter crash.
So you're not familiar with Oliver Tree, this guy right here? This
No, but I
artist?
love his haircut, man.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
he
to the hair master.
tragic accident. This happened in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Oliver Tree died today, allegedly. This is the news that we're getting. Now let's check out the conspiracy angle to this
situation. Don't come for my neck. We've seen these patterns in the industry. If you just, I didn't even want to make this video. If you just listen to what I have to say, I'm sure you'll leave here agreeing with what I'm saying. Because a lot of different things have taken place over the last few months. We'll get to this in a minute. Really quickly, Oliver Tree and a YouTuber, Gatsby, died in a helicopter crash where two helicopters came together, and Oliver Tree was 32. I believe he was turning 33 very soon. But did you know Oliver Tree was a very new independent artist? He's not a new artist, but newly independent. We've seen many artists throughout this whole industry who go independent, then things happen afterwards. Not saying it did, definitely not, right? But just wait, it gets a whole lot crazier. So pay attention to these dates. Oliver Tree quits Atlantic Records, and by April 24th, he's independent. He drops a new album and also a documentary. So April 24th. Now let me show you a skit that Oliver Tree did himself and directed at the end of April while being independent from the industry. By the way, this is completely unrelated and irrelevant from the rest of the video. He did a skit, end of April, I think 29th, called Mr. That. And in this skit, Oliver was a police officer. And this guy with this mask on, this weirdo right here, was chasing around people like this. And all of the people that this dude were chasing would come to Oliver, the police, and ask for help from this guy. This part is insane. At the end of this video, you see that the guy, the weird guy, goes behind Patrick's rock and he disappears, almost like he got cast into the sea. Unrelated, what's the Bible say in regards to people messing with little ones? Better for them to be cast into the sea with a millstone tied around them.
All right, so thanks, Moon Harry there. Moon Henry. What do you think, Jeremiah? So you've never heard, he's got some of the most overplayed mall songs.
I don't listen to music pre-1977. I mean,
Gotcha.
after 1977. All music is gay, unless it is 1977 and before. I think there were a couple good ones. Nirvana kind of picked it up. And then once it became where country was kind of oversaturated in pop, that's the day the music really died, not the day that Buddy Holly died, in my personal opinion. And I'm allowed to have it.
All right. Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, it keeps your music uninfluenced. It's like you're a mental time capsule. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right. So all of the rituals have been completed. The telegraphing has gone through. The UFC event on the White House lawn is commencing. So let's check it out.
Look at that rainbow.
Yeah.
It's during Pride Month.
During Pride.
Motocross. They have everything, man. I thought this was interesting. I wanted to point this out. If you guys pay attention, the guys are jumping in front of a false facade in front of the actual White House. Do you see that? So
I thought that was just the real White House.
Yeah, the BMX guys, if you look, are in front of a giant. They're in front of a giant picture, which is in front of the actual White House.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah. It's probably like a big bulletproof wall or whatever, or to hide the event, that's happening on the actual lawn. But I thought they're really, really up talking about the event.
I bet you I know why. If it explodes, if one of those bikes were to explode, I mean, it could damage the White House. I guarantee it.
Yeah. Well, here's the scenes from earlier today. Now this is already all packed and jamming out right now.
I've been inside of that place.
So that's happening right now.
Pay athletes these fantastic salaries. I was listening to the radio the other day. They just contracted to pay one player on one team $6 million.
$6 million.
Can you believe this? And why is that? It's the Roman circus. What does the emperor do when the people become restive, and when the people are asking questions, and when the people don't like the policies of the emperor? He sends them to the circus. He creates a circus. He builds a giant coliseum. And he begins to throw the Christians to the lions. He has great chariot races and football games and basketball games, all to keep the idiots preoccupied with things that don't mean anything in the scheme of the entire world, so that they don't have the time to learn what the truth is, so they don't ever get smart enough to learn how they're being manipulated, so they don't ever question the emperor. That's why
Yeah. So listen, man, when it comes to distracting the masses, you either got to have blood, which is what's being spilt tonight. You know, those guys getting their faces punched in, or Baals. You need lots of Baals to distract the masses. You know what I mean? So people gather for soccer Baals, for baseballs, for footballs, and we all gather in these stadiums that are very Coliseum-esque. Fantastic. What an amazing time to be alive. And lo and behold, this is all
some balls. We can all, enjoy some balls.
It makes me wonder why the time frame is, of course, very significant, occult, esoteric. It's the 250th anniversary of the United States. They're building this triumphal arch. They're doing all these things because we are in a ripe prime time for whatever is going on in the world. But interesting.
I heard Trump was making the arch because he loves McDonald's so much, is what I heard. I don't know if that's what you've heard, but
I would not be surprised. He's like, I love the golden arch. I'm going to put one of my own up. The golden arch of Trump. Not the Arch of Titus, which, by the way, once again, if you guys are curious about these arches, go read the book by Chad Schaefer. It's really fascinating. It's called World in the Bondage of Egypt under the Triumphal Arch of Titus. Very, very fascinating historical connection to these arches. All right, let's check in. I think it's so funny, Jeremiah, that you had a segment showing the mainstream media, because I also have a let's check in with how mainstream news is talking. Yeah,
it just pisses you off,
Yeah, I mean,
U.S. forces have conducted a lethal kinetic strike that took out the leader of the brutal street gang Tren de Aragua. Now, the gang originally started in Venezuela, but it's
okay. Significant news. Okay, a leader of a gang has been taken out, but listen to how the emotional hooking is employed during this mainstream media report, and you can see how they manipulate the emotions of people that don't know how to change the channel.
Footprint has spread throughout our country like a virus in recent years, and they are vicious. They murder American citizens, they kidnap young women, they rob and maim people, they smuggle guns across state lines, they import deadly drugs into our communities, and they sexually traffic young women after they smuggle them into America. Well, President Trump finally getting justice for the carnage that this gang has unleashed on this country, writing on True Social, quote, "During my campaign, I pledged to expel these monsters from our country and bring justice to the families of those they slaughtered, including the precious 12-year-old Jocelyn Ngari, 22-year-old Laken Riley, and countless other beautiful souls." 12-year-old Jocelyn Ngari, you'll remember her, was sexually assaulted
cats and kittens
and then brutally murdered, allegedly at the hands of two Venezuelan nationals who the federal government suspects are members of Tren de Aragua. She fought so hard that prosecutors said she left bite and scratch marks on her attackers.
Okay, so can you hear how they use triggering language? And it's not that these aren't terrible stories which justify the slaughter of this guy, but it's also, it's getting to the point where this is becoming what they're spending national news headline time on,
Well, that and Israel,
the narratives.
Did you hear what Israel done? And then Trump was like, I'm not going to F with you anymore to Netanyahu, because it was like the day before they signed. It's crazy, man. I love that he's maybe backing off of the Jays.
Yeah, apparently I saw J.D. Vance was rushed back to the White House. There are likely things being discussed regarding more peace agreements and such. But one last thing from the mainstream media. These are the clips of them breaking down the 4 alien species for boomers.
Another scientist called them greys, Nordics, insectoids, and reptilians. All of them have 2 arms and 2 legs, just like us.
And
experts speculate the reptilians are scaly with long tails like a lizard. Insectoids look like a praying mantis. The greys look like your classic movie alien, and the Nordics look like a regular Swedish guy, but 7 feet tall. We haven't seen the evidence, but Pete Hegseth says more evidence is coming, and there are a lot of believers in Congress.
I have seen evidence in a skiff that leads me to believe there are things we cannot explain, and I have observed things that are of non.
Okay, so we'll leave it at that. But that, I think that perfectly sets us up, Jeremiah, for what you wanted to do tonight, because, I do have, just a few clips. People are excited about this 3rd batch of alleged UFO footage released from the Pentagon. And you had talked about you wanted to get the audience.
Oh, you're fortunate.
And go through some of the website. But I've been trying to track this one down, but allegedly in this recent batch dump, you had the footage that I just showed here of this crazy orb thing zipping around. And then you also have what is allegedly a NASA astronaut from one of the Apollo missions talking about aliens on the moon. And so why is this significantly standing out to me is we just had a resurgence of the hoorah, we went to the moon with the Artemis mission. And this has been paralleled up with the UFO disclosure file dump. And so now, because they're bringing validity back to the moon missions after decades of being mercilessly exposed by YouTube conspiracy theorists, right?
And they lost the stuff, they lost all technology.
Yeah, it's just fascinating to me how it's all coming together. But let's check out this this apparent clip that came from the Apollo missions.
Oh, we were fortunate. Also, the near side of the moon.
Does the gravity profile have any? Can you correlate?
I've looked at the gravity profile, and it doesn't seem to correlate at all.
We don't.
Actually, the laser data correlates better with. There's no gravity on the backside. Okay, but on the front side.
Understand.
It correlates pretty well with the laser data, which shows great big hole here in the backside of the moon on Fendi graph. And that's where we get our big hole.
Wait, the moon has a butthole?
I can't see anything.
That's what I showed in that funny picture when the Artemis mission was happening. It was like, hey, it's the dark side of the moon with a butt.
Yeah, there's a video of the fittest flat earther saying that he believes the Artemis mission was real. And I might just have to release it one of these days, but it's pretty crazy. It was in that recent document dump, actually.
Wow. Yeah. So with that said, why do they have to bring validity back to the moon and Apollo missions through the modern programs like the Artemis mission? It's because now they're releasing files with these UFO dumps that are doing throwbacks. And now there's testimony from these astronauts of seeing motherships and seeing this or that. So it is interesting, the timing of it all. All right, so you guys want to look at the website? All right,
demon.gov. No, I'm just kidding. It's not demon. It's was it UFO.gov? RETARD.gov. No,
can you guys see this? All right. What do we have here? So this is the 3rd tranche of records that were released, apparently. And
here, let's make it bigger. Is there a way that we can, or they can just hear us? Maybe.
Yes. Can you guys? I mean, what do you guys think on this size comparatively? I mean,
let's see.
Okay. Well, we can just click through and see some of the images that are a little bit. Is this?
That's a recreation. That looks like a Excedrin. You ever taken Excedrin? It's the only thing that gives me not a headache. They just threw Excedrin, and they're like, "Hey." I think that's a recreation, though. Didn't it say that?
A flying Excedrin pill. All right. Yeah. All right. We got a lot of looks like in October 2024 at approximately 1851 local time in the northeastern United States, an eyewitness observed a light source. Now, we've been seeing a ton of these strange orbs coming out recently, even all over the world. Let's see here. You'll have to do the audience call out for me, Jeremiah, as I'm scrolling through here if you want me to zoom in on anything. Look at this one. This is pretty interesting.
Same thing, pain pill. The big pain pill.
Yep. All right, let's see. Third tranche of records.
Looks like a bunch of reading that I don't have time to do.
So, well, I did see some videos. To gather. Yeah. Okay, here we can organize by incident date. Maybe we can do it this way.
See if there's anything on Aurora, because I feel like that is the most easy, like it's like the first documented case. So they have to have something on it. And that happened in 1897, I think.
Okay, so I'm searching Aurora, and the only thing that's come up is one file.
Organized by type.
Okay, let's see here. This document derived from voice recordings of Gemini 7 flight crew departing conducted. Okay, so it doesn't have anything directly related to it.
It said search for videos or photos.
Okay. All types, vid. Orbs over the pond. Let's check this out, guys.
I mean, that could be a lighthouse, unless it like does something crazy here in a second. Or just the moon. Or just a reflection off the firmament. Or just somebody holding their iPhone and going like this with the, if there's a light. You ever done that?
Yeah. Yeah. This
that one's turning color.
All right. Let's keep looking. I think this is one of the ways that they make the hunt exciting when they release these files is you got to click through one by one and find. This looks like a higher resolution video of some orbs.
I mean, those, and you can see that there's stuff like they're trees, so you can kind of give it depth. You can kind of see that about how big it is. It's in the sky.
Very interesting. All right, what are you guys saying over here? What do you guys think? Search for videos and photos. Let's see what other. Okay, here we'll read the names out. Red orb, digital recreation. Ooh.
No recreation. Is this a recreation?
It has a narrative statement. Can you guys hear anything?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
so that's
okay.
That's one with the mother orb or whatever they called it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. A big orb and then smaller orbs are coming out of it.
Was that a recreation though?
Yes, that one that we just watched was a narrative statement recreation.
Wow.
Very interesting.
Let's recreate this retarded light.
All right. What do you guys want to search for next? Anybody in the chat got any ideas?
I'm 98% sure that the Mossad is censoring us.
Oh, why is that? Oh, yeah, just our.
No, because last week it said that we didn't have any viewers when it ended. I took a screenshot and it was like triple the numbers. So if you're in here, you're awesome. Numbers don't mean anything on YouTube. We live in a dead internet theory.
Anyways, if you guys are interested in checking that website out and the third batch release of UFO documents from the official government, go to war.gov/UFO.
Or email Jake or I, and we'll play it on an episode. Hit that like button. So, you ready to laugh a little bit?
Oh yeah, I'm so ready.
Well, this week's Please Excuse My Sense of Humor is fun for the whole family, and it's brought to you by our new friends at Fluid. So,
you know, guys, I've been drinking energy drinks for a long time. I found something even cooler, something that is revolutionary, and I want to share it with you guys. Fluid. This stuff is amazing. You'll get energy by just a squirt in your mouth. Let me show you how it's done. So you open the top, and you just give it a squirt. I love it, and I don't need to drink that Red Bull crap anymore. Because of all the sugar, all the chemicals, I always have these in my pocket for an extra boost. Use code Skiba today to get 10% off your Fluid awesome syrup. So get it today, energy boost, and get pumped. Let's go!
Yeah, or you can just click the link in the description, the Fluid link, and that's our affiliate code. So here we go. Time to
Some
laugh.
people might find some of these jokes offensive. If you are one of those people, I'm sorry that you cannot take a joke. Viewer discretion is advised.
This is number 66. Forgot to warn y'all.
미미의 왜요? 미미의 아요 미미의
Why I pay for A-Rap channel. I thought you'd like this, Jake. Somebody make this game, please.
Forgive nation of Korea who spoken the word against Israel and people of Israel. God forgive those evil things done towards people of God.
I thought you'd like this one, Jake.
That's crazy.
Oprah's new girlfriend.
Yeah, that is. This is how you
think
get
you
them
could do
when
that?
you're, when you're 60s plus.
Amigos, Apple lanzó el último iPhone en forma de estrella. Cuesta alrededor de $2.500 y está muy bueno. Seguime y etiqueta a quien compraría este iPhone.
That's cool.
Like no gay people song. Hell no. You know the YMCA song?
Yeah, what about it?
It's for the gay people.
Oh shit, I ain't
That's
even
how I
know
look
that.
it up on YouTube.
God damn, bro.
Yeah, I look it up.
Man.
And I saw it. I was like, I'm not a part of this.
I'll never ever listen to that song
Because
again.
the first time I liked that song when I was young, but right now,
You don't like it?
no. Because I'm straight, so I like women like her right there.
You like her?
Yeah.
You want her number?
What race owned 70% of the slave ships?
White? White?
Nope. What race owns 85% of the media companies?
I would say white.
Nope. What race is 80% of big corporation CEOs?
Caucasian.
Nope.
You know, if Adam and Eve were Asian, the fall of man would have never happened. Yeah, instead of eating the apple, they would have just eaten the snake.
The second problem that we think is extremely important, the second most important, is the Negro problem. The Negro people we feel sorry for. We don't blame them. We don't feel they're evil or vicious. We feel it's just like a bunch of monkeys had been let out of a zoo by a group of Jews and given bottles and whiskey and guns and so forth. You wouldn't hate the monkeys, but you'd certainly want them back in the zoo.
I was gonna put one of your songs, Jake, for this video, but I decided.
That looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Wait.
I should have seen that coming, but I didn't. Just like the towers.
Any terrorist attack, we are gonna fuck you up, motherfucker. Hamas organization, Hitler organization. We are gonna fuck your mother, Hamas organization. Okay, Hamas motherfucker. Hamas motherfucker.
Carry my, no you carry my poker face.
I'm pretty sure this is real.
Poker face, poker face.
Osama bin Laden was Lady Gay.
Poker face.
This is the German version of Jurassic Park.
I don't very much appreciate being molested by a ghost every single day. I don't like being fucking touched in my privates, holding my hand, get me erections for no fucking reason. I'm tired of it. Fucking rapist.
Jews invite you to Car Mitzvah, the greatest exhibition of the promised auto industry. Here you'll find super fast Jurati and Kosherari, elite luxury models, Jews Joyce, and powerful off-roaders from Rabbi Rover. Special attention goes to the unique vehicles created with ancient Kabbalistic technologies. The Flying Shabbat Mobile and the Dreidel Project, a mobile drilling rig designed to conquer the bowels of the earth. Write in the comments which car was promised specifically to you. Subscribe to Cyber Zionist to stay in the loop on how things are going with the Jews in the near or not so near future.
Honoring Mother Earth.
Why do hot dogs come in a pack of 12 when I can only fit 10 up my arse? I've tried and tried, it never goes well, always 2 left over. Oh, what a farce!
Jews are the enemy. Jews are the enemy.
I don't remember the song this way, but
all they try to do is take your bread. It's because they got holes on top of their heads. Just remember we want Israel dead because Jews are the enemy. Jews.
On the bus, on the way to school, in the locker room, every morning, during lunch, at night, online.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sean Diddy Combs.
what is going on here?
Hello, Gay Hitler here. You may know me from such things as the Holocaust or being a real jerk, but I want everyone to know I'm gay now, and I like the Jews. I think they're pretty cool, and I like all the stuff they're up to. Well, I'm gonna go do some gay guy stuff now. Nothing to see here.
Remember, if you're not happy single, then you won't be happy taken. Happiness comes
They don't understand the things I. Great is thy fluffiness, my stripy daughter. There is no shadow of ugly in thee. Thou changest not, your cleanliness it fails not. As thou shalt groom, thy tail shall be clean. Great is thy fluffiness, great is thy cleanliness. Morning by morning your grooming I see. All you have needed my hand hath provided. Great is thy fluffiness, my Henry.
I have very few Jewish friends, if any, but I'd like to say, won't you please help support the United Goyim College Fund? Help learn a child to eat hot dogs this year, mayonnaise and corned beef.
Can we get another actor in, please?
Howard, give me a chance, please.
So shout out to Ethan for this amazing clip. So thank you, Ethan. That was great. And I knew that you loved Robin Williams. You've talked about him a couple times on the show. So I just wanted to, show you what he had to say. I mean, pretty interesting. But yeah, thank you, Ethan. And if you or one of your children have a clip that they would like to submit, please submit at skibanewsnation.com. And that's all I got for today. Opa's doing great. He's downstairs. I'm going to check on him here in a second. But we love you guys.
Hey, Opa.
Please like, share, and subscribe, and all that other stuff. And hold on. Let me see if this works. Anyways, Charlie says hi. He's cleanly. And I'll see you later, guys. Adios.
Goodbye.